if the spot Bitcoin gets approved,
Yeah.
I think the demand will be greater than the daily supply of Bitcoin. And so the clearing price, this is done by Sean Farrell, who's our crypto digital strategist, is over 150,000. It could even be like 180,000.
But that's only if the spot, only if the ETF gets approved.
Yeah, and the US, a spot US, because a spot Bitcoin ETF is approved outside the US.
Okay, but if it's not approved, then are we just lingering around 29,000?
There's still upside counts because of the halvening next year. So you'll have a drop in supply again. So the clearing price has to increase, but it won't be six figures.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in an ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. Now, guys, I told you in 2023 in the first quarter, we would get an event. And now we have the banking collapse, which the master magicians pulled off the perfect distraction. And at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, guys, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, the markets will still pump and dump. until we get that next crisis. Guys, we know they're going to pull that rug. And all we have to do is watch the Fed to know exactly when that's about to happen. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, guys, we have Bitcoin, cryptos, and stocks pulling back. And all you have to do is look at yields. And we will see how long they allow yield rates to keep rising. We know as yield rates rise, it's going to hit tech. But we know tech is the future. Now, guys, this article asks, did the government create Bitcoin? And we know it's no coincidence Bitcoin gets its leg during the 2008 crisis. But if we look at all the pumps to crypto, it came from the Fed. All that money printing and all that money just happened to come over to building these crypto projects. But guys, it was all for the digital transformation. And remember, guys, technology can be used for good or evil. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates. As I'm doing this video, they are moving up slightly, but we're pulling back earlier this morning. We have the dollar pulling back slightly, but still strong. And we have volume and crypto up. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed repo at 1.74 trillion and hasn't moved a lot since it came down from the 2.2 trillion to 2.3 trillion. So, guys, make sure you're paying attention to the repo on a daily basis. But we know the central banks are raising rates and run off the balance sheet in order to destroy this legacy market so the fourth industrial revolution can rise. Whether robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. Now, guys, we have Fed minutes today, and we know the mainstream media will push the agenda. And, guys, we know the inflation that we have, the core inflation right now, is all from corporate greed. You go inside the grocery store, and prices are ridiculous. And we know only a handful of corporations own all the food, so they can easily drop down the prices. Remember, the illusion of choice gets the sheep every time. But guys, we know the mission of the Fed are to keep these rates higher for longer, to destroy these medium and small banks, which will destroy small business, which will increase unemployment. And we know they cause the problem, wait for the reaction, and run in with the solution. And we know the solution is that free programmable money. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget about Grayscale sent about $24.3 billion yesterday. And we have some reports that Grayscale Bitcoin spot ETF decision could happen this week. We know from the CEO that stated that he was looking at the fall. So, guys, the only thing we have to do is sit back. We know it's a movie. Get your popcorn and let it play out. But getting over into a little crypto news, we have Litecoin priced down 15%. And guys, we know Bitcoin and Litecoin lead each other. And I told you I did not see Litecoin getting a pump off the halving. I definitely see it next year. Not your financial advice, not financial advice. Please do your own research. But we know the emerging markets are going to flip that switch on the fourth industrial revolution next year. Now we have Ledger launches PayPal integration for buying Bitcoin and Ethereum. And guys, we know the issue with Ledger, and then of course PayPal is the big corporation. Again, I'm not your financial advisor, not financial advice. Please do your own research. But me personally, I definitely would stay away. Now we have Dubai launches AI Web3 enterprises with 90% subsidized commercial licenses. And again, guys, the Middle East, emerging markets, and Israel are definitely leading the fourth industrial revolution. And America is behind on purpose because we know America, the Babylon 2.0 is falling, and we see it on a daily basis. Now we have Uzbekistan permits 2 banks to issue crypto cards. And again, guys, that's Central Asia. And I don't care what country you go to, they all have a plan for this digital transformation. Now we have Coinbase finally wins approval to list crypto futures in the U.S., Bitcoin, and Ethereum to retail U.S. users. And that's going to be the topic of my second video, guys. Remember what CME CEO stated. They're going to first start with crypto and then move over to the rest of the commodities. And the bank man was right there. Remember what the bank man was working on. Derivatives on blockchain being ran by an algorithm. And we know the NWO takes 2 steps forward and 1 step back in order to get to the agenda. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then lastly, guys, we have stellar dips into Treasury to buy minority stake in Moneygram. And again, we've seen this movie before. Ripple bought stake in Moneygram back in 2019. I think it was about 30 million. And we know Moneygram, Western Union, Swift, all these old banks are not going anywhere. They're just going to integrate this technology. Remember what Gary Gensler stated. They're not giving up the monopoly, but they will definitely use your technology. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows. When it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. Guys, all I have for you, don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, BitChute, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York. From COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.